Good morning, Tracy. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, good morning. Thanks for having me.
So you can learn from all of this, right?
I do. You know, we have the historic number of candidates vying for this top job, the president, and it's all about branding, messaging, positioning, and we can learn a lot. Any of us looking for promotions at work or hunting for new jobs.
Okay,
and
so
having interviews.
So I want to know about. It's funny that you have this opinion because I totally agree, and I watch with almost like the same way I watch a Buffalo Bills game or a Mets game, and you wonder, well, why did they do that? And why did they do this? Let's take, for instance, Hillary Clinton. So she's coming out and she's adamant, saying, I'm almost in a cocky way. I did what I did. This is, it was my server. These are personal messages. I didn't break the law. And basically, I don't care what you think. Then all of a sudden, the big change came the other day. What were your thoughts when she came out and finally apologized?
Well, when I look at, again, I'm looking at this with a branding perspective, and I look at Hillary Clinton. She had a very strong brand, and her brand is challenged right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so she is struggling with, how do I regroup my brand and rebrand myself quickly so that I don't lose the opportunity? I look at it saying, okay, she's got to redo her playbook, right?
Yeah.
And playbook is very important, and that's something I'm seeing a lot in this election, are playbooks, which are a series of strategy and tactics that you may need to change depending on the situation.
Yeah.
And each of these candidates are changing their playbooks depending on what debate it is, what TV interview it is, or what situation has come up.
What comes up must come down. Staying with Hillary just for a second, she was riding high, and this is a long campaign before the campaign that has been going on. I almost feel that if she's struggling right now, versus if you go back to when she ran against Obama, she was riding high, and then all of a sudden crashed at the wrong time, and she loses. Here, she's crashing before the process even begins. So if she can recover, this could actually turn out to be a positive. Do you see that?
Well, if she can't recover, I think what you're going to see is a number of new candidates emerging, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Bernie Sanders is standing up. You just don't know who's going to come out of the woodwork, and then you could have an enormous number of candidates all vying for the spotlight and the position. And let me, it's a great position. It's a position that a lot of people would want to have.
Mm-hmm.
So it is quite competitive, and you can understand why this, people are circling around.
So what can you learn out of Donald Trump?
Oh, clear messaging. Strong, memorable messaging, jobs, immigration, vets, right? If you think about the candidates, that's what I want people to listen to tonight.
Yeah.
What are they branding? What are they saying? What can you learn from that? He has been very clear, very simple, very memorable, and that is resonating with people, as obvious in the polls.
I have to tell you, though, there is a limit on this. Like, you would not recommend someone walk in and be like Trump and say, hey, this place is a dump. Why don't you hire some Mexicans to clean it up? And by the way, you'd probably get more business if your receptionist wasn't so ugly.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you shouldn't go
How's
in.
he surviving this? Well, that's the brand, right? That's the brand that seems to be working right now.
Well, I think it's ratings. Quite frankly, I think he's realized he's a mastermind of being able to use the broadcast system to be able to build his ratings and polling.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the commentators that you're probably watching, that I'm watching, are starting to suggest, well, Donald, you might need a new playbook moving forward, or use a different playbook depending on the audience. But it's all about sensationalism and getting those ratings up.
Well, the brand is so strong right now that he can call a woman ugly. He can be asked about, foreign countries and foreign policy and not even know the main characters and the names, not know anything about it, and admit that he knows nothing. He's able to defy all logic based on that the brand is so strong
and
right
his
now.
confidence, he just sweats confidence.
Yeah. How important is that?
I think it's very important, and I think these are things that people should think about when they're going into job interviews. Are you confident?
Yeah.
Are you confident in your own experience and skills? Can you project that? And I think people resonate when someone is projecting something that they feel like, okay, maybe he's saying these statements now, but he's a doer rather than a career politician or someone who hasn't done anything.
So if you're out there looking to make a move, maybe you have a job. By the way, it's always easier when you have a job to get another job because there's just maybe it's the confidence, right?
It's easier to have a job when you're employed, case closed. Whether you're a recruiter or a hiring manager, you want to pull someone out of an opportunity or working rather than have them out of the market.
But one of the things that you talk about is having the elevator pitch ready to go, and describe what the elevator pitch is. It's a quick one, right?
It's 30 seconds. Just imagine you get into an elevator. You're riding up 3 floors with someone who can significantly change your life. Would you stare at the buttons of the floor, or would you have something to say? I suggest that you have a memorable statement about yourself that summarizes what's unique about you and what you've accomplished. Watch tonight on the debates. You'll see every candidate will open up with a 30-second soundbite about themselves that they hope that you will remember. Then that's a form of an elevator pitch.
Got it. All right. Interesting stuff. Your latest book, Employed for Life, 21st Century Career Trends. And the message here is learn from these people. There's a lot of money behind each and every one of them.
That's right. You can save yourself a lot of money if you actually watch each of them and start taking some notes on the strategies that they're using, the things that are working well and what's not working well.
It'd be interesting, too, to watch the strategy of those candidates that are kind of on the bubble here right now, where it's do or die right now for them, and they got to make some noise today. It'll be interesting to see how they do that as well. You can learn from those things, too.
Exactly. They'll probably change some positioning and messaging, and watch for that so that you can learn from it if you're ever in a situation where you need to do that.
Last thing, though, I don't know, maybe I'm just an idiot, but sometimes I look and say, why would you do that? Do you do that as well?
In a couple of situations, I look at it, and sometimes I think it's just being under pressure, and that's why rehearsing is important, so you know exactly what to say when you're under pressure. And let's face it, there's millions of people watching. It's time compressed. It's competitive. There's a lot of bright lights, right? You're on the spotlight, and so I think just people are tired, and so you have to be able to rehearse, practice, so it comes out fluid, right, without you having to think about it.
Oh. And going back to Hillary, clearly when she apologized, that was a well-rehearsed line. She said it the same way in several places. It was well-rehearsed.
That's what the media tells us, and as a viewer, you'd say, well, that was a pretty good job.
You walk away with that. So, all right, good stuff. Again, it's Employed for Life, 21st Century Career Trends. Tracy Wilen, thanks so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.